Hey guys, this is going to be the Regex part 2. You should have gone through the entire video on all this stuff, what the asterisks are and all those sorts of things. So we are going to move into part 2, which is how to test what you have going on. So I'm going to bring up the internet and we're going to go to regex101.com. This is also pinned inside of Slack somewhere in the instructor chat, so you have access to it. And here's what we got. So let's take this one for example. Oh, it starts here actually. So let's take this one. The regex, remember, is only the stuff that happens after the ANS space and that goes through that, goes through that greater than sign. So I'm going to insert my regular expression here. That, by the way, is what regex is short for. Regex is the short for, for regular expressions. And so this part is really cool. It's going to tell you what every single thing is doing. It's going to give you all these colors. It's real fancy. Don't worry. Okay. Here we have the caret asserts position at the start of a line. Okay. So that has to be the beginning. Then we have our first, what they call capturing group, right? It will actually kind of take and save this information. That's what regex does, but it doesn't really matter what it does with it afterwards. We're just looking for this part. So it tells us the first alternative is, CUBED space ROOT space matches the characters exactly, literally, case sensitive. Then it's going to, so this is an internal capturing group inside of our first alternative. We have of, right? Quantifier matches between 0 and unlimited times, as many times as possible. The greedy thing, doesn't matter, don't worry about it, right? So, of matches the characters of literally, and we're going to do that either 0 to unlimited times. That's the idea. Space star matches the character space literally, quantifier with the star 0 and unlimited times, right? So that is what I mentioned before. We're going to have a space or not, right? This thing, so it's going to show you, it's going to be grayed out if the parenthesis is not being used for something. If the parenthesis is gray, then it's good. That means that it's capturing an actual parenthesis character. Matches the character parenthesis literally, case sensitive, quantifier 0 to unlimited times, etc., etc. Then we get down to our second alternative. It's going to accept CUBE, root space ROOT, literally, case sensitive, etc., etc., right? So we've been through some of this stuff already. It's going to tell you all of those things on every single one that you put in. It's really awesome. Really great way to know what you're doing and how it works, right? Second thing I want to show you is down here in the quick reference area, common tokens. I'm actually going to make this the entire size so we can see it a bit better. This is going to show you all the things. So, obviously it accepts single characters, A, B, C, D, whatever. This is showing any character except, so you're putting it in a bracket, any character except for A, B, and C, right? So all the other letters of the alphabet, 23 options there. A character, that's not what I meant to do, a character in this particular range, a character not in this particular range. Most of these things you're not really going to use, but it's interesting to know. This is very important. Any single character is a period, right? That's a period. What does that mean? It means if you're trying to capture a period, if you want to see if the student typed a period, you're going to have to slash it out, right? So a period is going to do something. If you don't want it to do something, you're going to have to do, / period. These are pretty cool. Any white space character, any non-white space character. So this is like any digit, any number, anything. This one means just any digit. This is any non-digit, capital D. Any word character, any non-word character, lowercase and capital W's. So that's pretty cool because you could kind of say, right? So for example, I want to capture a word that is 3 letters long. I don't care what the word is. So I want it to be /W. And then we'll get down here later, but you can do squiggly bracket, 3 squiggly bracket, right? So what does that mean? It means that /W, you want it to appear exactly 3 times. Any word character exactly 3 times, which means you could have CAT, you could have DOG, as long as there are 3 word characters in a row with nothing else between them. That's what that's going to capture. And that's pretty fancy, right? This is, as I mentioned, the parentheses capture everything enclosed. It basically just creates a group is the easiest way to think of it. Regex is often used for capturing, but we don't need it to like capture and retain the information. But it still functions the same way, right? So up here, that star is essentially distributed to the O and to the F. You could also write this exact same thing as O star, F star, but we don't really need to do that. This one is match either A or B. That's one of the biggest ones we've been going through. The question mark means either 0 or 1, right? So I could technically be putting question marks instead of asterisks. It just doesn't really matter because no student ever really puts 17 parentheses. So I'm just not worried about it. The star means 0 or more, and the plus sign means 1 or more. So not 0, 1 or more. This, for example, is that's exactly 3. So exactly 3 of A, that would be AAA. That's all it would capture, right? That's all it would accept. And then, like I said, a lot of these you don't necessarily mean. Here's those key ones: start of string, end of string, and then, word boundaries as well. So also what this means is if you do like a question mark, if you do want to capture an actual asterisk, if you do want an actual plus sign, like I said, you have to slash all those things out, right? Now let's get into our test string section, this middle bit here, and this is the really cool part. So we want to say, you're going to now pretend to be the student. You're going to say, okay, my answer is cube root of, what are we doing? 7. Okay, it accepted that. Full match, right? Awesome, super good. The group 1, group 3 thing doesn't really matter. That's just because it's capturing all that information, but we just are looking for that full match, right? So if it highlights, it's a full match. What if I put cubed root of 7? That also matches. Cubed root 7 matches. Cube root 7, right? Matches. Let's say for this one, I want to put it in parentheses. That also matches. And you'll notice even before I put that final parenthesis, it did match. That's because that last parenthesis can be there or not, right? And we have that star there. So, if they put this, it would also accept it. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. That's not that terrible of a typo, right? But it also accepts this as well. If we put CURT cubed root 7, cubed root of 7. We didn't accept that one, right? So that one didn't work. Most of the time people aren't really going to put that one. If you wanted to include it, you could. It would be as simple as basically copying that little bit and putting it down here as well instead of the CURT one. And then recognize, so it also is going to capture, it's going to accept this as well. This is the stuff with all of the Unicode things. We can just copy and paste that. And it does accept it, right? So the of can be there or not. The parentheses can be there or not. We can put CURT, cube root, cubed root, all that stuff. And just to show you, right, if I were to put this star here on the D, and then take out this second option entirely. Yeah. So this is a much shorter way of writing it, and recognize it still accepts all of the exact same things because it will accept CUBE exactly, and then D literally, then the quantifier says either 0 or unlimited times, right? So it could be there or not, basically. Yeah, so this is the way that you test all of this stuff. One last thing that I do want to show you, I'm going to go into the instructor chat. We've got our pinned items over here. There's like a billion pinned items. I think it's towards the very, very bottom. And we want this regex tutorial. So regex1.com. This is how you can find it, right? And I'm going to go here, regex1.com. This is a tutorial that also teaches regex. If you do it after watching this video, I think it kind of helps a little bit because you have an idea of what on earth it's going to be used for, right? And that's pretty cool. So, essentially, you just, read along, do the things, type in your thing, hit continue. There's a whole bunch of different bits, right? And it teaches you how to do all of these different things. There are also a whole bunch of other lessons. There's lots of stuff that you can do inside of here, practice problems, etc., references, and more, right? Go as far as you'd like, do whatever you want. However, all that you're required to do for work for us, right? All you really are going to need to know is pretty much just this basic stuff here, these first couple of lessons. So yeah, basically like all of these ones that are here. So, I believe that's all for this video. Any questions, send them my way.